All right, this is episode 19 of this GitHub scraping series. I am starting off in Trello and realizing that I never even moved this to in progress, much less done. I just kind of, in a bout of productivity at the end of a non productive last episode, I just did it. So now I'm looking at what comes next. I could make this console application. I'm in a bit of a quandary because I can't really, even if I make the console app, that's also going to be end to end. So I can make it only to have it sort of bomb out on me pretty quickly. I could go about testing that with, I'll call it, uh, eh, let's see, like nonsense input. I guess I could verify that it has few or no results. I could find locations on GitHub where there's like only one person. The other thing that there is to do is because remember, I wanted to search by location and repos in a certain language or text. So I'll say implement technology filter, and maybe I'll want to go and work on that next. I'm pretty sure my mouse is dying. I hope it holds up for the rest of this episode. Let's see. So the only problem with that one is this is going to be more research. Interesting. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked by shiny objects. At least now we've made the results look a little different for acceptance versus this the end-to-end test. So anyway, what I'm going to need to do, I think, is GitHub API repo language. I'm going to figure out how I can query repositories. List user repositories. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if this counts against my rate limit. Let me... Users. Let's see what this gives me back. Cool. $12. Now the good news is this is a pretty meaty result, coarse grained. So it will be profile request in this. I wonder if there's any inner join kind of concept. Anyway, so it doesn't give me name here. I wonder if I could relax the name requirement. I could just look that up. That's a thought. So what just went through my head is this all comes if I just get the user IDs. So I could do my search for location and get a bunch of user IDs and then just do this search of the repo. And as long as it brings back the actual profile page, the user of this application could just go look it up. That would at least earn me longer before this rate limit became a problem. But now what I want to look at before I get carried away. Java, language JavaScript. Oh, that's unfortunate because everything I'm doing is being flagged as JavaScript, even though. Oh wait, no. Let's see. C#. No, C pound. Okay, so that one is JavaScript, even though that's not really right. But okay, so here in in the repo, I can get the language. That's good. So what I need to implement, I guess, is great, I've got a user in this location. Now I want to go see if the user has any repos with this programming language. While I'm here, I'm also curious. Get URL. So there's all these different URLs. I'm wondering if one of these forks URL, just what the best way to programmatically grab all the source code is. Because where this project is going to get fun is that I'll hit the source code and get it in presumably some kind of zip file, which I'll unzip and then run static analysis on. I will just keep plowing ahead as if taking on faith that I can do this somehow or another. I can do this. Darn it. That is not what I was hoping would happen. I bet that... Oh, it didn't... No, it did hit my rate limit. Crap. I should be more careful. Should probably just not hit the API things. So, issues, keys, code. No, it's just in the description. Zip. Source. Alright, this is stupid. I'll try this way. GitHub download zip of source. How to download source in zip? I actually don't really care if it's in zip. Hey, that's promising. You can wget your way out of the GitHub. What? GitHub user. Oh, interesting. So this is going to be me. This seems like a bit of yak shaving, but I just want to make sure the things I'm trying to do are possible. Let's see. So, crap. Don't you hate it when you hit Control-C instead of Control-V? That's not found. Is this found? Yes. Somewhere I can... No, getting distracted. Clone, download zip. Archive master.zip. There we go. So as long as I have the repo's URL, which let's make sure that I do. No, it wouldn't be in that one. HTML URL, so that's perfect. All right, just to confirm, I can get a list of all the repos for a given user. And that's actually nice because it's just one request. And I can then, for each of those repos, I can get the source code in a zip file, which means I can then programmatically unzip it and start looking at the code in that code base. So that proves out that at least I know things can happen. At least things can happen in the way that I'm sort of like broadly envisioning them. This task is not impossible. So let's see. Implement technology filter. Let's put a pin in that. That's sort of a big task. Get repos for a user. Let's try that. Where's my Visual Studio? There we go. Location search feature. So let's do a new feature. Add new item. We'll call this repo search feature. Scenario. And scenario. Okay, when I do a repo search for user Eric Dietrich, how many repos did I have? Does it tell me here? Goodness. One. Doesn't seem to tell me ID, name, full name. Let's do it through the GUI, maybe. Yes, my profile. My repositories. 1, 2, excuse me, 3, 4, 5. This feels ridiculous. 1, 2, 3. Does it say here somewhere? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's try to corroborate that with, I feel like this should occur the same number of times as there are repos. And yet, that's not right. Okay, let's try to get smarter about it. 15, there we go. Well, I feel good about that. So, the result, then I should have 15 repos. All right. Now, let's... What we got in here? It's going to be a similar sort of concept, assuming Visual Studio doesn't crash. There we go. That is an ominous sign. So let's generate step definitions. Sure. Okay. And I want no ups star, and this is going to be a string GitHub. And let me get rid of this. Hey. Sorry, I am having problems with Control Y, Control Z. And we're going to call this repo. All right. Now this is not failing, but it's also not doing anything. True to form with all this, I got a lot of stuff here. I'm going to do the same thing with this, which is all of the Eric Dietrich repos. So let's make this ready for putting into that file. All right. That is sufficiently ugly, huh? Yuck. And then we'll replace all the single quotes with 2. And this is going to create a very nasty string constant for me. But this is going to be how we set up our end-to-end test. So let's go back and say private. I guess I can make it a constant. Count string. What do we call it over here in location search steps? Return profiles. Wait, what? Wheeling location result. Come on, Visual Studio. Don't let me down. It's getting really sluggish. I'm wondering if I should restart this thing before it turns nasty. Eric repo result equals could be worse. All right, so in here I created a mock inquisitor, which is still what I want to do. Var inquisitor equals mock. Got to bring in this dependency. Get location search. Get verbatim search results. So it needs a method probably called get repo search results. Let's do that. Okay, so mock inquisitor. Mock inquisitor. Oops. Gotta bring in the extension methods. Wow. Getting slow. I feel like I'm flirting with disaster here. We have get verbatim and get location. So let's say get repo search results with any string returns Eric repo result. Now that is a failing test given that it does not compile. So we'll create this thing. And query repo ID is what we're going to be passing in, and this thing is going to return a string, or that test will blow up. Now you're probably unhappy because what? Comma expected. I'm going to operate on faith that will go away. Faith may not be the best strategy, but it will work for now. Implement interface. I still don't... Okay. Now it's in this, like, actions thing. Okay, I'm going to leave this as... Oops. Not implemented. Which will probably blow up spectacularly later. Why are you doing that? Oh. No. Trying to make it public. Or did it do this thing where it already declared it? I gotta figure out my tools here. Yeah, it already declared it. That's interesting. 2 declarations at once. What do you mean build canceled? Cannot implement because... Oh, so it implemented the void one, I guess, when it created that. Then didn't change it. Are being terminated in order to cancel the build. Getting weird. CSC and its child process. Syntax error, comma expected. Oh, I wonder if I need a @ sign before that. Do I have them here? I sure do. All right, CSC, don't cancel the build on me. There we go. All right, so far so good. We are getting a little bit short on time here. Let's see. And Visual Studio is really laboring. So we want to build. No. Var target equals new profile searcher with mock inquisitor. I'll tell you what. Why don't I wrap it here? I'm not going to commit any code, and I'm going to start the new episode right where I left off with this one. But I think it's time to restart Visual Studio and maybe call it a break here, and I will see you in the next one.